Check out Paddy Power's new and exclusive Cash Card Plus. Available to use online, at ATMs or even down the local. Paddy Power, you beauty.
Hi there, welcome along to the Racing Post Weekend Postcast. I'm Bruce Millington and I'm delighted to be joined by my Racing Post colleagues Paul Keeley and David Jennings, and also from Paddy Power, Rob Catterson. We've got a great weekend of action to get stuck into. There are 8 races on Saturday on ITV4. We've got the French 1,000 and 2,000 guineas. Some decent stuff on Sunday as well in Ireland. Curragh and beautiful Killarney. And Kills tells us he's got a couple sussed for the jumps action at Ludlow and Plumpton as well. Let's get stuck in first to arguably the hardest betting heat of the day, although I think Kills is pretty confident about this one. It's the 4 o'clock at Ascot. It's the Victoria Cup, millions of runners, and Paddy Power's latest betting, please, from Rob Catterson.
Yeah, Bruce, for 6 places on the Victoria Cup. Fast and the Tempest is the 6-to-1 favourite. It's 10-to-1 Remarkable, 12-to-1 Taurine Star, 14's above the rest Cadrizzi, George William, and it's 16's and bigger the remainder. OK,
right, Kills. First of all, you can have a little brag about the great price you've got, but then analyse the race based on the current prices.
Yeah, all right, yeah. I mean, Fast Step Tempest is the race that is the horse that I fancied at the start of the week. I've also backed Heaven's Guest as well, but Fast Step Tempest was the main one. He ran at Newbury last time over a mile and was just collared by Banksy and one other late on, and he absolutely cruised throughout the entire race, and he skipped clear, and he looked like he was going to win a mile. And for the second time in his life over a mile, he didn't get home, and he's tried at 1.2 miles last year. Just everything about him says that he wants dropping down 7 furlongs in a fast run race, which he's going to get. I mean, I know he's only 6-to-1 with Paddy now. I see him going on 4s, possibly even shorter. William Haggis trains him. He had the anti-post favourite in the race, Afjan, and there was some doubt about whether Fastnet Tempest to get in. Now, Afjan's one of the ones that came out, and he managed to get in down the bottom. I think he's got a great chance. He actually entered Afjan in the race last year off the same mark of 89, and he didn't get in by a couple. And he went up to 100 and something. And I think this horse looks like he's a 100+ horse.
So still some juice at the current price.
I think I still think I think he'll shorten. I would still definitely back him at 6-to-1. I'm not a massive one for backing favourites and big handicaps. I always try and find a bit more, but I just have the feeling that this horse is absolutely thrown in.
And who's the long shot that you love? Heaven's Guest again.
Oh, good old Heaven's Guest. Yeah, I mean he's such a cracking horse. He's run so many good races at Ascot. He's won 2 really big handicaps there. He's won a Bunbury Cup. He's been placed in 2 Bunbury Cups, and he's dropped down at a mark of 96, which is low for him. He started £10 higher last season. He's the sort of horse that runs himself into form. He's run 2 races over a mile, which he doesn't stay so far this season, and this will suit him. He could probably do with a bit of rain for Ascot.
Might be some, mightn't there?
But yeah, there might be some. I mean, it could be pretty fast. But then, having said that, it was fast when he won the Bunbury Cup. I think he probably is slightly better, but on with a bit of ease. But even so, he's really, really nicely handicapped. If he retains the same ability, then a mark of 96 is way below what he's capable of.
What price is Heaven's Guest, Rob?
Heaven's Guest, as we speak, is... Find him now. He's a good bit down by the looks of it. Yeah, 25-to-1.
25's okay, and 6 places from Paddy Power. DJ, have you got a strong view on this?
I do. I strongly fancy Fastnet Tempest as well. Everything Paul has said, I completely agree with it.
You can stop there then, can't you?
Yeah.
Just a couple of things to add to it about the trip. I completely concur that 7 furlongs is his trip. If you go back through 4 times, he's been beaten out. In running on Betfair, he's traded at 106. 1.06 twice actually, 1.13 and 1.72 when being beaten over a mile or more. He just doesn't stay, I don't think. He travels like a dream through his races, and his form has worked out. I think, as Paul said, he could really be chucked in. I managed to get a bit of 9-to-1. He's still 8s in a couple of places.
I got 12s.
You got 12s, well done. Well done.
All right, put your willies away, lads.
You told me how to show off, didn't you?
Yeah, no.
I think I love Josephine Gordon as well. I think he'll win, Bruce.
Okay, jolly good. This is all very easy. Rob, are you going to add to what the boys say, or have you got an alternative view?
Yeah, I'll give punters something at a bigger price. Obviously, going through this race, and it's pretty difficult. But the one that I kept coming back to was the top weight, GM Hopkins. Obviously, listen, he's given weight all round. It's not going to be easy. But if you remember this time last year, they were getting him ready for the Lockinge, a race that he didn't disgrace himself. He always saves his best for Ascot. He's down 4 pounds lower than when he won a pretty good race around this time last year. He's a horse who definitely needs luck in running, but at 26 places, he's the class act, and as I said, he always seems to bring his base day game to Ascot.
I love a bit of GM Hopkins. I'm going to follow the boys in. I'm going to back Fastnet Tempest. I'm also going to have a little bit of GM Hopkins because he's a horse who owes me absolutely nothing. So good stuff. We've got 3 other Ascot races on ITV4, starting with the 2:15, which is a handicap over pretty much 1.5 miles. Kills. Who's going to cross the line in front?
There's a few sort of unexposed 4-year-olds in the race, or 5-year-olds and young ones. I think appeared his favourite, but I wasn't 100% sure about him last year. I didn't think he was completely straightforward. Lord George probably deserves to be favourite on his 3rd last time, but William Hunter, who was 4th at Epsom to Galapiat. I was there that day. They absolutely crawled. He's miles better than that. He was never going to get into the race. I mean, he ran on late for 4th, but he's won round here. He won very, very easily the last time he ran here, and I think he'll go well at a fair price.
DJ?
I like Appeared, Bruce. As Paul said, he's probably not the most straightforward character, but when he won at York last May, he beat Life Less Ordinary that day off 83, and I thought he would turn into a group performer. His final run of the season doesn't look too bad now behind Paul's beloved Frontiersman at Newmarket back in September. I thought that was a really good run in the context of this race, especially because he was quite keen in the early part of the race. He didn't settle for quite a while, and when he went under pressure, he idled a little bit and was a little bit green. I think he's going to turn into a better 5-year-old than he was a 4-year-old. He's 9-2. He's not great value, but I think he's the most likely winner.
What about you, Rob?
Yeah, Appears obviously the one that people are going to latch on to. The one that I sort of turned to was Mornington. He's won his 2 starts this season for Marcus Tregonning. He's an approver. His 2 wins, he's won comfortable enough. And his jockey Tyler Saunders, I don't know much about him, but he mustn't be too bad because he's won in this lad twice already. I just thought with the young jockey's claim, a horse in form at about 8 or 10 to 1 Mornington could be value.
OK, Paul Keeley likes William Hunter, Dave Jennings likes Appeared, and Rob Catson likes Mornington. The 2:50, it's the Carey Group Buckhound Stakes, a listed race over 1.5 miles. And how do Paddy Power bet, Rob?
Yeah, we've UA Prince, the 7-2 market leader. He was a one-time Derby fancy. 9-2 Wild Hacked. It's 6-1 Knights Table and Muntaja, 7's Baydar and 8's Bar. Yeah,
this time last year I was nursing a Derby anti-post slip for UAE Prince. Didn't quite work out.
He's a talking horse, still living on that reputation, though, isn't he? You know what I mean? He's the lowest rated horse in the race by £5, yet he's favourite. That don't make any sense to me at all.
So you're going to take him on?
Oh, yeah, God, yeah, definitely take him on.
You're going to place lay him?
Yeah, I might do, mind you. The 2 I took on last week were 5-2 and 11-4 when I was taking them on. They went off at 6s and 5s. Both of them absolutely hacked up. So you do get it wrong very often in my case. But I do like James Fanshaw's Star Storm.
Oh,
very decent horse. Group winner at the track a couple of seasons ago. A really good second to Western Him on the all-weather 3 starts ago. He raced over 2 mile last time at Newcastle, and he absolutely cruised all the way round, and then quite clearly didn't stay. Got beat by Winning Story. I think he's about a 10 to 1 shot. He's the highest rated horse in the race. Shouldn't be 10 to 1.
Who do you fancy, David?
Oh, I fancy Starstorm. Everybody is just going to be thinking I'm copying Keels now, which there are worse things in life to do than copy Keels, apart from when you're in the pub. But Starstorm, like as Paul said, the last day over 2 miles, he traded at 1.25 and running. He was tanking 2 out and he just didn't get home. I think the best piece of form is the second to Western Him at Kempton last November. I just can't get over the price. He was 12s earlier on in the week. He's 10s now. He should be far shorter than that. He's the highest rated horse in the race. He's a good horse. He's won at Ascot before. He ticks so many boxes. Back over 1.5 miles. I think he's going to be very hard to beat.
Excellent. Love it. Some good agreeing. Let's hope there's some violent disagreeing later on as well. But this is all good. Rob, who's your fancy for the 250?
Yeah, I like the Desert Encounter. He's a horse who did really well last year. He was a 4-time winner. He wasn't out of the first 3 in any of his 7 starts. And for a 5-year-old, he's pretty lightly raced. I just think he could be still an improver. And at 8 to 1, I just thought he was value.
OK, Rob, stick with you for a blast of betting on the 325, and then DJ can go first with the tips.
Right, so as it stands, we're 5-2 Aristocratic, 11-2 Sing Your Song. It's then 6s Tagara, 8-1 Ravens Lady Permission, and Tis But a Dream, and Epsom Icon, and it's 10s Bar.
DJ, is this Stouty thing a good thing?
Yeah, I think so, Bruce. I think it's reasonably straightforward with this. 4-year-old fillies, Stout has a good record with them, and I think the strongest piece of form is her second to Persuasive at Goodwood last May. At that stage, Persuasive was getting going and turned into an absolute winning machine. Steady progress. Started at that stage, she was rated 77. She's rated 82 now. I thought that was a good comeback behind Cheval Blanche at Salisbury, and it had written all over it, not fit enough, because it was just in the final furlong she got a little bit tired. I'd say she'd be cherry ripe for this, and she should take a lot of beating Aristocratic.
What do you reckon, Kills?
Well, you see what happens when you give Dave the office and let him go first, don't you? Tips the boring fav.
Yeah.
Not an original thought in his head. No, we'll go. I'll say I like Raven's Lady. I thought the return at Kempton last time and second Sibilance was quite good. That would have blown the cobwebs away. I think it might get an easy lead, and I think she'd go well. I think she's getting an awful lot of weight as a 3-year-old. Plenty of 3-year-olds have run well in it. I think only one has won in the last 10 years. But a 3-year-old got beat short-head last year of William Haggis. Can't remember the name now. And I think that will go well. I think he's laid it out for it.
Righty-ho, what's your fancy, Rob?
Yeah, it was the one race I sort of struggled to pick a winner, but I ended up siding with the filly that Paul's tip, Ravens Lady. She looked as though she was in need of the run at Kempton the last day, and she's obviously thought something at home, because they ran her in the Oh So Sharp last season, and she obviously disappointed. It was her only poor run, and again, just looking for something at a price at 8 or 9 to 1. I just thought she might have been a bet.
Okie dokes. Anything else at Ascot, Kills? At 5-10, nice big field handicap there over 6 furlongs. Sussed one for that?
No, I haven't picked one for that yet.
DJ got one for that?
Yeah, I like Rio Ronaldo in that, Bruce.
Rio Ronaldo. Okay. Rob, anything else at Ascot?
Yeah, in the 4:35, the maiden, I was really taken by Mark Johnson's Card Sharp at Brighton about 10 days ago. There was an awful lot of word for him beforehand, and he won it like a good horse. It could be a good maiden. Godolphin have a newcomer.
Can't
Richard
be a maiden
Hannon.
then, can it, mate?
Well, sorry, a novice stakes.
A novice.
Hey.
Yeah, a novice stakes. But anyway, this lad won't be he won't be a big price, but hopefully he'll win.
Don't stand for that sort of pedantry, Rob.
No, that was a fair shout.
He'll balls it up at some
course I
point.
will.
You'll have your chance to get
was
back
a fair
at him.
shout.
Okay, Lingfield next.
Introducing Paddy Power's Hot Trot Jackpot, their new free-to-enter horse racing competition. Every Saturday, pick 5 horses in a free Lucky 31 bet for your chance to win the guaranteed £10,000 jackpot. T&Cs apply. 18+ BeGambleAware.org.
Okay, it's the big meeting of the year for the Lingfield Turf Course. It's Derby and Oaks Trials Day. And the card kicks off at 1:55 with the Betfred Mobile Oaks Trial Stakes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 go to post. Who's fav, Rob?
Right, an hour ago, the Sky is Blazing was 5-4. She's now 10-11, so the money has already come for her. It's 15-8 Pocket Full of Dreams, 5-1 Cameron, and it's 12s bar the other 3.
Okay, Keels, lead on.
Yeah, strange one here. We've got an Aidan O'Brien horse in a trial, ridden by Ryan Moore, best form and not fav. It's a weird one, isn't it? I mean, she's got by far the best form one, but the one everyone's going on about is Sky's Blazing. William Haggis is 1 a mile maiden, bred for at least 1.5 miles, and won that maiden very easily. It's probably between the two. I can't say I've got much of an opinion on the race.
What about the Rafe? Cameron?
Yeah, that form's that form is.
He
still
owns
a
this
long
race,
way.
mate.
Yeah, he does, but it's got to him. I noticed that he's put her in a lot of races, so he obviously thinks a fair bit of it. But the actual form of a race, I think it was at Brighton, wasn't it? I mean, it's just not very good.
We shall see. The master, don't write him off. Have you got a strong view, DJ?
Not really. I think the Sky is Blazing will probably win. Visually, it was as taken a performance as you could get at Newcastle. I find Newcastle is one of them tracks. It's hard to win by a wide margin at Newcastle. They finish in a bunch a lot of the time, and for her to do what she did in the last kind of half a furlong, she put 4 lengths between herself and Multicultural, who came into the race on the back of a good run, was sent off favourite and travelled really well and was well clear of the third. So it looks quite solid form. She's a sister to Endless Time, who is quite a good horse for Godolphin. Pocket Full of Dreams is rated 99. That's probably as good as she is. That race at Navan the last time, it fell into a hole a little bit. I'd be a bit disappointed The Sky is Blazing is not a little bit better than A Pocket Full of Dreams.
Who's your fancy, Rob?
Yeah, for the same reason as the lads, The Sky is Blazing. You'd be worried if Pocket Full of Dreams won this, because I'd say there's little or no doubt she wouldn't be in Aidan's top 5 or 6 3-year-old fillies. The Sky is Blazing, as DJ said, very visually impressive at Newcastle. She's a 20-1 chance for the Oaks, and if she won well tomorrow, she'd be half that price.
Okie doke, 230. It's the bet for a Derby Trial Stakes. Give us some prices, Rob, and then also just give us a clue as to where these stand in the overall Derby betting as well.
Okay, well, of the 8, I think 4 of them only have Derby entries. Sir John Lavery, like Cliffs of Moher, was the talking horse throughout the winter. He was the one that we took money on as well. So he's 11-10. It's 4-1 about Tartini, who's not in the Derby. It's 9's Best Solution and Zamfir, 10's Francus and 16's Bar. And on the Derby betting, ahead of this Derby trial, obviously Churchill's favourite. We're 6-1 Cliffs of Moher. Obviously that'll be different at some stage later on today, but Sir John Lavery is 12-1, and of the others who are in this race, you got to go
be big, won't they?
You got to go a long way down. Like Tartini is 25-1.
Okay.
And he's not even in the Derby, so there you go.
Righty-ho. Kills, do you know who Sir John Lavery was?
No idea.
DJ, do you know who Sir John Lavery was?
No, I have a feeling I should, though.
No, not necessarily. And Rob, would you care to have a guess?
I would have guessed a poet, but I'm sure I'm wrong.
No, he's an Irish painter. A very, well, I say very good. They're all good, aren't they? You don't get shit painters, do you? I mean,
No.
you know. Anyway, will the equine version of Sir John Lavery look a picture in the paddock and then make the frame?
Very good. Very good. Very good. Truth is, don't know. He was one of maiden. He thrashed Order to Garter, didn't he, in a maiden, but it's still only maiden form, and that horse has come out and improved dramatically. Looking at the shape of the race, if the dead 8 go, I'll be quite interested, because some of these just aren't going to be any good. I don't think Best Solution will stay. A couple of these will end up over hurdles later in the season, without a doubt. You know, even the O'Brien one. Remember Land of Hope and Glory?
Yeah, very much so.
Ran in this last year, has ended up over hurdles. So I will go. I would go each way with Sophia's Rock, who absolutely hacked up in a Leicester handicap. Just a typical sort of late improver of a late improving 3-year-old of Mark Johnston's, who will probably be going into group races at some point. You know, he bolted up at Leicester, and I think he'll hit the frame, and he'll make the running as well.
Okay, so that's Sophia's Rock each way for Kills. So the the Derby trial, David Jennings. Who do you think is going to win?
Not convinced by Sir John Lavery, Bruce. The form of his Gorham Park maiden, I know he won by 7 lengths and he can only beat what's put in front of you, but it's worked out spectacularly bad. Haripur has been stuffed twice since, Auckland has been stuffed twice since, and the form of it is as bad as you could possibly imagine. So while he was visually impressive, I think he's worth taking on. He ran okay. He was the biggest price of all the O'Brien runners in that Curran maiden back in October. Emmett McNamara rode him. And while he was quite eye-catching, and maybe he just doesn't work well at home and he's better on the track. So, but at that price, I think you have to take him on. And I'm going to be taking him on with Zamfir, the other Godolphin runner for Charlie Appleby. Unlike Sir John Lavery, the form of his Leicester maiden win has worked out brilliantly. Mossachel, who he beat that day, came out and won next time, rated 93 now. And Desert Dream was only 5th, and Well Beaten came out and won since as well. So the form of that race is working out quite well. And I thought Zamfir was quite impressive because he was under pressure early enough in the home straight, and he found plenty. He really did. He looked like a strong stayer. I have a feeling he's a son of New Approach, and he is. I think he's related to a German group winner. So I think he's quite decent, and around 9-1, I'd chance him.
Righty-ho.
Rob, you didn't get the chance to pull me up there, because I cocked that right up, didn't I? I got the wrong maiden that Sir John Lavery won.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you missed the chance, mate.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, no, do, definitely.
Yeah,
You've
you
got
got
to.
me.
Don't be ridiculous. What
You've
a
got to.
merciless
Yeah, I
way.
was
He
just
pulled
talking
you up for calling it a
absolute
maiden when it was a novice race.
Yeah.
What did you say, Paul?
I said it beat Order of the Garter. Which one of those was it?
That was
Oh,
Cliffs
that
of
was
Moher.
the one that's running today.
Cliffs and Moher. There you go. So.
Rob, honestly, mate, you
Yeah,
must
yeah.
steam in these
I must.
situations, all
I
right?
must.
Who
Yeah.
are you going to steam in on in the Derby trial, Rob?
Yeah, just for similar reasons to Dave, I just think this Sir John Lavery, he might be opposable. Obviously, Aidan's running him on his own, so that could be a tip in itself, but he's plenty short enough and he's got to prove himself. And I was between Tartini and Zamfir, and just because Tartini has... he maybe has more improvement. He obviously got no look at Epsom on his most recent start, and obviously John Gosling and Frankie are teaming up with him. It's worrying that he's not in the Derby, but you'll have no doubt he'll be finishing well. And I just thought, as opposed to an even money shot 13, he could be the bet about 4s.
OK, so the lads are all very, very down on Sir John Lavery in the Derby trial at 2:30. The other ITV race at Lingfield is the 340. It's the Betfred Supports Jack Berryhouse Chartwell Fillies Stakes over 7 furlongs, and it features a real equine superstar. Well, not a superstar, but a very, very smart filly in Kemar, who I guess dominates the market here, Rob.
Yeah, she sure does. She's going to be the banker of today. There's no doubt about it. She's 4-6. It's 6-1. She's 8-13 now. It's 13-2 about Mix and Mingle and Rialtra. 8-1 Asha Dahan, and it's 14 Spar.
Can you see beyond her, Rob?
I can't. Like, you look at her form, she's a dual Group 1 winner. She was third behind Alice Springs. Like, the conditions of the race suit her so well. She's £9 clear on ratings. I'd say she'll go off 1-2.
What do you reckon, David?
I just can't wait to back a Shadian without Kima. I think Kima will probably win, but I think a Shadian blinkered for the first time. Wasn't that far behind Kima in the Coronation Stakes at Ascot last year, and has the benefit of a couple of runs in the all-weather. Thought it was a bit unlucky behind Railtra on Good Friday, and yeah, I have a feeling it'll be about 3s without. I'm hoping so, and I think she'll be second.
Righto, what are you going to do here, Kills? What's your betting strategy going to be?
I did want to tip the bottom one just so I could say I'm going for an earth.
Well, this is the thing, right? I was going to ask you about that because, lads, quite often, I mean, I've worked with Kills now for the best part of 20 years, and quite often he'll be heard to disappear for 10 minutes and say before, I'm just off for an earther.
What is it?
Yeah,
well, you know what Cockney rhyming slang is, don't you?
Yeah. And there.
Oh, come on then, David. Get with it.
Eartha Kit, the bottom horse
Jesus
in this race. Dear, oh dear.
Is it a shit?
Well done, Sherlock. Beautifully worked out.
I was looking at the first word.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that.
Right, sorry,
Apologies.
Don't worry.
So anyway, no, I mean, I think the Fav will win, but I'd be against Dave. I'm all over Mix and Mingle. I think she's improved again this year, and I think she'll finish second. And if anything happens to Kima, if she doesn't quite handle the track, Mix and Mingle handled it really well when she won a maiden there, and she was good on her return, and the runner-up won, and I think she'll be second or win.
OK, well, talking of French fillies, let's quickly touch on the French 1000 Guineas, which takes place on Saturday. And Rob Catterson, how did Paddy Power bet on this?
OK, so it's 5-2 Senga, 5-1 Via Ravina. Sea of Grace is 11-2. It's 8-1 Rain Goddess. Roly Poly for Aiden is 10s, and it's 12 Spar.
If you fancy anything, lads, shout now and give us a really snappy version of why. What?
Sea of Grace, that was my shout. Sea of Grace, I backed her at 14-1. I'm delighted here. She's only 11-2 now. Was sickened when William Haggis decided to sidestep Newmarket because I thought she had a cracking chance in that. She's a really good filly. Was with John Ox last season. I really liked her run in the Nell Gwyn. I just thought she got a little unbalanced coming down the hill, and that's why obviously she sidestepped Newmarket. And Christophe Soumillon booked, and I think she'll win.
Kills.
No major opinion.
Okay.
I mean, I was going to tip Sea of Grace in the 1000 until William Haggis said he was going to take her to France. I do quite like her, but I don't know that much about most of the other runners.
What about you, Rob?
Yeah, the only one I'd give a shout to is Via Ravina, the second favourite. She's 2 from 2. She was good in the Group 3 in her most recent start. Andre Faba and Vincent Chamano, not a bad partnership. She'll do for me. OK,
finally getting to the race of the day, the 3:10 at Haydock. It's the Potemps Network Swinton Handicap Hurdle. Proper jumps racing his back. 17 runners on that bone-dry ground up at Haydock. And wide open, Rob, isn't it?
Very wide open, yeah. We're 6 is the field. Zubair is a 6-1 favourite. 7-1 John Constable. Multiculture, Peace and Cohen, Optimus Prime are 8s, and it's 12 Spar.
Kills, who's going to win this?
Well, I might have gone a little bit bonkers, I suppose, but I think Peace and Co will completely outclass them.
OK.
He obviously won the Triumph Hurdle. He was rated 159, I think, something like that afterwards, and his 5-year-old career was just a complete washout. There was something wrong with him. He was pulling like mad, and then he burst a blood vessel in the Champion Hurdle. And he's obviously had loads of problems. He didn't come back until the Scottish Champion Hurdle a few weeks ago. And in that race, he absolutely tanked his way through. But he didn't pull too hard, and they went really slowly. And he jumped really neatly and accurately, and he made his ground up the straight, and then it all got messy because they all crowded around each other. Wasn't given a hard time. It come on for that. he's miles better than these, and I can't believe they're not running him if they don't think so. Henderson's had, I think he's 5 out of 10 this month so far, so the stable's really, really going well. And he's just better than them. I just think he'll win.
I dare you, David Jennings, to make a stronger case for any horse in this race than Kills just did for Peace & Co.
I was just about to say I should send you a picture message of my notes, because it's Peace & Co. different class.
Great.
Yeah, the funny thing about this is I had heard strong whispers, now very strong whispers from good sources that know what they're talking about, that they really fancy Peace & Co. in the county hurdle. Now, I don't know why he didn't run, but you could certainly see that the engine was still there in the Scottish Champion hurdle. And as Paul said, travelled like a dream that day. And I think a track like Haydock in a big field like this is really going to suit him. And apparently he's working as well as ever. So, yeah, Peace & Co. for me.
I love the way David Jennings' notes just have 2 words, and then he then goes on to say about 8,000 words. That's
See, my mental notes are so much better.
Incredible. Rob, have you got a view on this race?
Yeah, for every single reason that DJ and Paul said, it's Peace & Co. for me as well.
Peace & Co. all the way.
To go a favourite. I can't believe he's 8
He was
to 1.
12s last night. He's 8s, and he'll be shorter.
Great stuff. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right, well, let's touch upon the Curragh. The big race there is the 355. It's the Irish Stallion Farms Blue Wind Stakes, a Group 3. David Jennings, very quickly, who's going to win this and why?
Very quickly. I like your optimism there, Bruce. I'm going to give Turret Rocks another chance, because I think in a similar vein to Banfassa, who won the 1,000 Guineas trial at Leopardstown last weekend, ran on the same card at Goran Park, has been crying out for better ground, and the rain came, and Banfassa was beaten in a maiden. Turret Rocks was beaten in the listed race, the Victor McCalmount, and just hated the ground, as it showed in the Oaks last year when hammered by Minding. But she has some really good form on quick ground. She was 5th to 7th heaven in the Yorkshire Oaks. She was 4th to 7th heaven in the Irish Oaks. And,
Kills, who do you fancy in this race?
I've got absolutely no idea.
Okay, Rob?
Yeah, I've tipped Turret Rocks too many times, so I'm going to blank her. Laganor beat a few of these in Gore, and she obviously sets the standard. But beautiful morning for Jessie. Travelled very well for a long way. At a price, she might get close.
Okie dokes. Anything to add, David?
That was hard. I thought my ISDN line had gone down.
I said very quickly.
Sorry, I thought it was quick enough.
Of course it wasn't. It's ridiculous.
Right,
Let's
go on.
Let's get the naps.
This will not be beaten.
Right, I don't normally do I normally leave it to the experts, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. 4 o'clock at Ascot, the Warrior, ridiculously unlucky at Goodwood the other week, is gonna win the Victoria Cup.
You told everybody you were going to back GM Hopkins and Fastnet, right?
Yeah, but I forgot. Yeah, but I forgot the Warrior was running.
Strikecasts.
I forgot. Okay, yeah. So it's the Warrior for me. Who for you, Kills?
I'm torn between Fastnet Tempest and Peace & Co.
Well, could you
just have a lumpy each way double on the pair? But
Okay.
I say Peace & Co.
All right, fine. DJ.
I'll be bitterly disappointed if Sea of Grace doesn't win the French 1,000 Guineas. 3:15 at Deauville.
Well done. Excellent. I thought I was going to have to mop up after you there. Good stuff, DJ. You're back in the good books. No problem there. And Rob Catterson.
Yeah, in the 4:35 at Ascot, the race that's not a maiden, Card Sharp for Mark Johnson.
Excellent. Well done, lads. Great stuff there. Enjoyed that very much. We're going to have a look at Sunday. But first, competition winner last Monday, Maddie. Don't forget Maddie's postcast every Monday, where she looks back at the weekend and looks ahead to the weekend action. She asked you who won the 1,000 Guineas. The answer was, of course, Winter, and the correct entry drawn from the hat came from Jordan Grinnell of Oxford. Well done, Jordan. You win a free £25 bet, courtesy of our sponsors, Paddy Power. And don't forget, there'll be 2 more chances to win a free bet next Monday with Maddie, and then we're back next Thursday for the football postcast.
Introducing Paddy Power's Hot Trot Jackpot, their new free-to-enter horse racing competition. Every Saturday, pick 5 horses in a free Lucky 31 bet for your chance to win the guaranteed £10,000 jackpot. T&Cs apply. 18+ BeGambleAware.org.
Bruce Millington, Paul Keeley, David Jennings and Paddy Power's Rob Catterson looking ahead to Sunday's action. Something for everyone. Some flat racing at the Curragh. Jumps racing at beautiful Killarney. We've got the French 2,000 Guineas, and there's also some jumps fair at Ludlow and Plumpton. DJ, have you ever been to Killarney? You must have done, haven't you?
Yeah, I made my debut there last year. It was the last Irish racetrack I had to visit. I did one of the summer festivals there last year.
You saved the best till last there, didn't
it's
you?
lovely.
It's
Yeah,
really
really
gorgeous,
nice.
isn't it?
Really nice,
Absolutely
yeah.
beautiful. Where should we start? Let's start at the Curragh. Rob Catterson, tell us what you like at the Curragh.
Okay, there were two that I picked out. I didn't really have a strong opinion in Acapulco's race, so I'll leave that to DJ. But I thought Bay Hill in the 4:25 had a good chance. He's won his last two, and he looks as though he could be still ahead of the handicapper. So him there, and Not a Whisper for Pat Smullen in the 5:25. He was very unlucky at Leopardstown. He bounced back at Tipperary, and I think he could go in again. That's in the 5:25. Not a Whisper.
DJ, anything at the Curragh for us?
Yeah, 4:55. I think Irish Correspondent could be pretty difficult to beat. Really impressive, I thought, when winning its maiden. And the way Michael Halford was talking about him afterwards suggests that he's been working really, really well. So I think in the 4:55, Irish Correspondent is interesting. And there was one other one that I did like as well. I thought that maybe Moonmeister had come down to an attractive mark in the 4:25, the 1 mile 2 handicap. He's down to a mark of 86 for Tony Martin. And I just thought his run in the November handicap behind Golden Spear off a mark of 89 that day was only beaten 4.5 lengths. I thought he was quite interesting, Moonmeister in the 4:25.
Okay, anything at Killarney, Rob?
Yeah, I have 5 picked out, so bear with me. The first
rattle through them.
Yeah, the first is obviously it's a good maiden hurdle. Joseph's going to dominate with Unicorn or Larishaburg, just whatever the money comes for in that. That's the way to go.
Don't forget the times as well, Rob. Extra points for saying what time the race is on, so people can write them down.
That's in the 2:05. An hour later in the 3:05, my favourite, Astoria. She'll be short, but she'll win. In the 3:35, good handicap hurdle. After rain, I thought was a bit unlucky at Punchestown.
Oh yeah, me and Frank the Tank have been waiting for that one for ages.
Yeah, he got going all too late. I think he's got a big shout. In the 4:05, the beginner's chase, Gen City Burbass for Alan Fleming. 2 runs ago, followed home Arduke in a beginner's chase. He'll be hard to beat in that. In the 4:35, trappy race, but I thought Dico Simo was worth another chance. He ran all too free at Punchestown. And in the bumper, Stussy was unlucky at the festival, the Punchestown Festival. I think she could win for Gordon Elliott and Jamie Codd.
See, DJ, that's how you do it. Nice and concise. You rattle through them. Absolutely superb work there, Rob. DJ, anything at Killarney for us?
Yeah, that was impressive. 4:05, Gwen Silly Barbass for Alan Fleming and Dennis O'Regan. First, I just think he could. He was second to Arduke at Navan. I just think he could outclass them. Glen Silly Barbass. It's a meeting that Barry Connell likes to have runners in, and one that I like, and it could be a decent enough price in the 3:35. That's valuable Grade B handicap hurdle. La Vagabond ran a shocker at Punchestown, but was too keen, jump early. Rated 118 over hurdles. It's rated as high as 95 on the flat. I'm going to give La Vagabond another chance against Rob's. Rob, who did you go for in that? You went for After Rain. Yeah, I'm going to go for. I'm going to go against you there with La Vagabond.
Cheers. Well done, lads. Excellent. Have you been to Killarney Kills?
Never, mate.
It's so lovely, honestly.
I've only been to a couple of Irish tracks, Curragh and Leopardstown.
You must have been, Rob, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's a lovely town as well.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
We went into one of the pubs in town there, myself and David Ashforth, and they absolutely mobbed Ashforth. They absolutely were mad for him. Honestly, these pubs, they're kind of like betting shops and pubs, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're absolutely fantastic. Got a big screen on the wall. There's like silks and pictures of horses and front covers of the racing post. Honestly, Kills, if you walked into one of those pubs, mate, it would be like the Beatles walking into a pub in the 60s. They'd love him, wouldn't they, Dave?
Yeah, he'd be shot probably.
It'd be what?
Shot.
Oh, right. Kills, coming in, the much-promised beasts that you like at Ludlow.
Yeah, 4 o'clock at Ludlow, Nostra Reyes. I don't quite know how he got beat by River Purple last time, but that was just seemed to be on his game for one reason or another. But Nostra Reyes goes really well on good ground. And looks to be coming back to form and will take a lot of beating. Plumpton in the 4:15. I See You Well, stepping up to 2.5 miles. Seamus Mullins got Danny Sansamon, who rode Chesterfield to win at Aintree and Ayr. He's claiming £8. I think the horse is probably handicapped to win without a claimer on it, let alone take the 8 off. So he'll go well. And if the ground is as boggy as it can get at Deauville, South Seas is very much a ground-dependent horse, and it's about 20 to 1. I think it might run well.
For the French Guineas?
Yeah.
Okay. Talking of the French Guineas, I was about to give that a big build-up, but Kills has just slipped. Well, that's absolutely fine. How are we betting there, Rob?
Okay, so the French 2000 Guineas as it stands. Okay.
It can't be boggy there, surely, can it?
The ground's officially soft, apparently.
It's weird, that, isn't it? What do they do with it there? Because, I mean, you know, it's been bone dry in the south of England. I mean, it's only just over the channel, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, here we go. So Bramatot is the 3-1 favourite. National Defence is 5s. Rivet is 6s. He obviously bypassed Newmarket. Order of the Garter 13-2, and it's 8s bar.
Okay, DJ, you got a view?
I was slightly fancying National Defence. I know it was well beaten by Al Wakir the last day, but I think the track suited Al Wakir, and I was pretty impressed with it the time before. So a tentative vote to National Defence.
And Rob, who's your 2,000 guineas fancy? French 2,000 guineas.
Yeah, Order of Regatta. He seems to be a different proposition this season. Obviously, he came out and he won his maiden, and then he bolted up since then. The form hasn't really been let down, and Aidan's got a pretty good record. He struck me as a French Guineas type, so him for me.
Okay, weekend plans, Rob. What you up to?
I was supposed to be playing golf tomorrow. Now I'm babysitting. That's a long story, and I'm working on Sunday.
When it's your own child, it's not called babysitting.
I know.
Is it your own child?
It is.
Yeah, no, that's not babysitting. That's just being a bloody parent.
Being daddy.
You can't call it babysitting.
I know.
Ridiculous.
Where's the missus off to? Anywhere nice?
She's on a hen, so she.
A hen?
wins.
Oh, where?
Dundalk up that direction.
Is that a good venue for a hen?
Oh, it's a kip.
Well, Carlingford. It's.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
Carlingford is lovely.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. Excellent. Okay, well, good luck with that one.
Cheers.
DJ, what's happening? What's Aoife got lined up for you this weekend?
I'm in the Curragh tomorrow, and I'm off on Sunday. So we're going to do something. But I either broke my finger or fractured or ruptured my tendon in my finger. So I might have to get that.
What, playing
looked at.
GAA?
Yeah, playing football on Wednesday night. Yeah.
Oh, no. That's no good.
Yeah. But bizarrely, I can actually type perfectly with it. But
Good.
yeah, it's sore.
That's handy. Keels, what about you? What have you got? Weekend off?
Yeah, I've got the weekend off. I've got a house full of 14-year-old kids tomorrow, so I'm going to be disappearing somewhere to watch the races.
Oh, is it Zoe Lee's birthday?
No, she's just having loads of mates over.
Oh, right, brilliant. Okay.
It's sort of open house, and they always come to our house, but I tend to get out of the way and leave them to it. Sunday, no idea. Probably go for a drink late in the afternoon, but I won't be doing much.
Lovely stuff. Okay, chaps, many thanks for your input today. Don't forget, do join Maddie on Monday when she'll be with Tom Siegel and Lee Mottershead, looking back on this weekend and looking ahead to next weekend. To next week when we've got the Dante meeting at York. And on the following Saturday, we've got the Lockinge, and we will be back next Friday to look at that race in greater detail.
Paddy Power stream all UK and Irish racing live on your mobile, tablet or PC. Unlike some other high street bookies, Paddy Power, you beauty!